Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon. 3:30 in the afternoon here in Thailand. The weather's about 30 degrees. We're in our winter season now, or cool season. For instance, it's going to get 20 down to 21 degrees in Thailand tonight. Oh my God, how am I going to survive? Oh, definitely going to get a cold tomorrow morning. I'm supposed to be running tomorrow morning as well. For instance, I'm going to be running with a cold or a sniffle because I get a sniffle during the night as the temperatures drop. Not nice at all. I don't like cold weather. Sorry. Good thought. My bad. Good thought means I'm sorry in Thai. So welcome to, if you don't know me, I'm Peter True Blue Thai, for instance. I used to be Peter Blue, for instance. True Blue Thai. I live in Thailand. I'm such a big Man City fan from Manchester. For instance, I've been over there 3 years. For instance, old man, as you probably can see, and but for instance, a guy, for instance, who's not one of these texters or can't text my feeling, whatever, got to express them. I want to talk, so I like to talk about football and Manchester City, especially my football club. I'm so proud of. I've been supporting them ever since the 1970s. So that's a bit about me. And now, for instance, I've been living in Thailand for years and in a Thai area. This is the back home or where I live. It's not five-star luxury. Don't care. Don't need it. It's not important. I swear to God. And when you come over to Buddha, for instance, when you come over here, for instance, got all these people in condominium just over there paying stupid money. Stupid. Seriously, stupid money. Because they want to live by the sea, and I'm a kilometre away. So, for instance, and I pay a third of what they pay, whatever. And it's absolutely seriously, you realise that how important or non-important things are when you're over here, for instance, and how people don't really give a roots. Nobody looks at you and go, "Oh my God, have you wore that T-shirt twice in a row?" Nobody, you wear minimum. And I've got two items of clothing on, and normally I walk around with one item of clothing on. It took me a while because I was very fat when I first came in here, lost a lot of weight. Anyway, so for instance, my lady kept saying, "Well, how come you don't take your T-shirt off?" And I'm, "Oh, I'm not do." But now, for instance, so um, yeah, these high soul people, for instance, but overall, for instance, there's good Ted Mahanagan with this high soul people over there in Bangkok. But other than that, just go, nobody cares. Anyway, so getting back on, that's the Thailand's fashion industry talked about. So what am I here to talk about today? So it's a Tuesday afternoon, for instance, I say 3:30, and I want to talk about Liverpool. What happened with Liverpool? Not with Liverpool. The this incident, this stupid story, or not story, because it's what was happened or whatever, about a comment by a British referee, English referee or whatever, I don't know, Coombs, this guy, who's basically just come out and said to uh, somebody about about Klopp, Jorgen Klopp, the former Liverpool manager, and he's basically he's been castigated over it and he's been suspended and over a word or maybe a couple of words, who knows. But the thing is, the truth of the matter, if you're making a beef out of this and this guy has done this, then I'm sorry, you got to really look after yourself. Look into the mirror. Are we getting to that stage? I worry. When Donald Trump became president, I thought there was a certain degree of normality had come back into the world. And the reason why is because, and there's so much wokeness now. It's a word I just don't like using. I've never used it. I don't like one of these words, these make up words, etc. We have to use in the language, but and I never understood it really to a point. Must go, but I do now, I suppose. I just didn't want to understand it. I don't want to add it into my vocabulary. For instance, but for instance, so by the sounds of it, it's too much liberalism, too much, and with the Americans kicking off in the way they did when when whatever, when such a terrible woman would have got the job as president. Well, that, and seriously bad for the world. You know what I mean? And to listen to her supporters and they're crying and moaning about this and this and this and this and what she wanted, and and things now, what you can say, what you can't say. For instance, you feel you're being gagged, especially in the West. I think I remember last time when I was living in Denmark, etc., and I moved to England. And I remember, and I said to my English lady at the time, etc., for instance, my ex-wife, I would say things. She said, "Oh, you can't say that. Well, oh, you can't say that now. Oh, you can't say that. You can't." I said, "What do you mean you can't say it? It's a free country, a free society." Oh no, you can't say that. Oh no, no, no. Ah. And I've come from Denmark, etc. And in Denmark, we can say basically what you like, really, and you can call a spade a spade. Oh, I can't say that. And the nursery rhymes and free bags full and what's it called? What was the name? Baba Black Sheep. Oh no, it's not Baba, but multicolored sheep. Now it's Baba. And honestly, what the? It's like it's just stupid where society has come, and now, for instance, the, who this guy's been suspended because he called Klopp a bad word. And in the heat of the moment, I'm sure in any given time and any time in any 90 minutes game of football, for instance, a lot of bad words will be spoken. I remember a while ago, a long time ago, they did mic up a referee for a game, an Arsenal game, I remember. And there was a contention, and I remember Tony Adams came up and he was rah, 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 rah. And all you could hear was beep, 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 whatever. So, for instance, and the amount of abuse the referees get in any particular football game, in all levels, and there's massive issues at the moment, etc. With even the grassroots football, for instance, and the referees leaving because of the amount of abuse they're getting, and they do take it. And you could turn around and look at and I've on more than one occasion, the ref fault. The ref, why do you do that? Ref, and they bring in VAR, they bring in this to help the referees. But it's going the wrong way. Right? I think they need to be more. You need to help the referee, but the referee still needs to referee the game. I don't want the referee relying on too much VAR, etc. And they keep coming out with these new rules, the handball rule, the offside rule. What is the handball rule? There's no real complication on that. The amount of garbage the referees have to get put up with. So yeah, and the amount of abuse from 22 players plus officials plus 50,000 fans or whatever, and for instance, it's not fair and being scrutinised. And if you do something wrong, boom, you're off, whatever. And for this to come out, I find the whole thing just pathetic. I really do. I really do. I find the whole thing just, it's not even a story. I know we're in an international break. I know the papers need to fill their crappy papers. For instance, the media need to talk about crap. So, for instance, and this is just basically that. It's just rubbish. And he doesn't have any substance. And and if, and if Liverpool, with their woe is me attitude. Like they did last season, etc. With the Spurs goal. And yes, did they have a point? Yes. Did they make too much of it? 110%. Uh, and I want the recordings. I want they want the guy flogged. With the nonsense. So it's just yeah. So to me, for instance, the whole thing is just absolute garbage, and it should need to be just be thrown out completely. And it's not even a story. Who leaked it? So it would need to be hung, drawn, and quartered. For instance, I hope the guy gets his job back. Unsuspended. For instance, with an apology. And believe me, what's it called? The way Klopp used to prance around up and down that pitch, for instance, and the way he moaned and groaned about the grass and about the stand, the football, the fact they're playing on a Saturday, and oh my God, and so people, some of this, he played the best football, and granted, they were very good attacking, high attacking football. What's it called? But for instance, he did go OTT on more than one occasion. So yeah, I'm a little bit naffed off about him. Uh, for instance, what's it called? So, for instance, did he probably deserve it? More than likely. More than likely. What's it called? Because I've called him the same, a few words, the same amount of words, and because of his antics. And for instance, if Liverpool fans or Liverpool as a football club want to make a beef out of this, then wow, you know, this woe is me culture with you lot, for instance, honestly. I'm not a fan of Liverpool, and I hate the language, the accent. I hate this woe is me thing. We used to watch this thing called Bread when I was a kid growing up about this woe is me culture, for instance. They had a absolute justification for Hillsborough, for instance. What's it called? But there's a woe is me culture now, for instance, and Liverpool. I'm not British. I'm Liverpoolian. So yeah, English. I don't know what you call yourselves nowadays. But yeah, so for instance, this needs to be put to bed, and the guy needs to be given his job back, 110%. And yeah, and the person who leaks it needs to be 100 thwarted. So because it's not it's a non-story, and so I just want to you can't say anything nowadays or do anything, especially in the Western world, for instance, or places like Great Britain, where without being, you can, well, no, you can say certain, you know, go out around with flags of ban terrorist groups. You can say that, no worries, no problem with that, no worries, you can do that. What's it called? But you know, saying something and expressing doing an expression and in a free society, freedom of expression. But so it's just ridiculous, my God, and yeah. So, for instance, I hope the whole thing gets put to bed very, very quickly. But it just shows to me now that where we are as a society, for instance, that we can't, where a guy, for instance, it's a man's game, it's a 90-minute football game, a lot of tension, a lot of male testosterone going around, and you telling me, for instance, that was the only word that was uttered that day of bad. No, I'm not having it. So it needs to be put to bed straight away, and the guy needs to be given a job back. And Liverpool fans, just pack it in. Stop with the woe is me culture. For instance, you're doing very well at the moment. You're top of the league, top of the Champions League thing, etc. Well, club's gone now to Red Bull, drinking his drinks now. For instance, and don't know why the hell's done that. But for instance, and you're doing very well. So don't make a thing of it, Liverpool, please. It's just it's bad sportsmanship and it's just terrible. Come on. Anyway, guys, that's my feelings on that. Don't know what yours is. Like, subscribe to the comments, whatever. If you feel anything, if you feel with me, what's it called? Yeah, if here's what's happened with Coote, etc., reflects on the society as a whole in the United Kingdom, yeah, let me know, because quite honestly, for instance, if I felt it there, because I've lived overseas many of my life, different countries, and for instance, I thought when back to the UK, there's a lot of gagging on what's it called in the UK. Anyway, so what you can and can't say, we can't say that, you can't do this, you can't. Anyway, so but here's signing off from Thailand. So sorry, Cap, and I'll catch you in the next one. We'll have a chat about England, etc. My favorite. Okay, England football team. Guys, sorry, Cap from Thailand. Okay, have a good day. Take care.